Hello there, good afternoon and welcome to the ICU TV's Lunchtime News. We take a look at the stories making headlines. Government mourns death of Chitimukulu's wife. CCPC warns schools against forcing parents to buy school uniforms from selected suppliers. Government reaffirms commitment to early reading programs. In international news, videos surface alleging electrical frauds in Uganda's 2026 presidential elections. In sports news, 𝗕𝗢𝗟𝗓𝗏 FC to host 𝗕𝗢𝗟𝗏 online boards training. With the news in details, I am 𝗕𝗢𝗟𝗏𝗧𝗦. The government has expressed death sorrows for the ultimate death of 𝗕𝗢𝗟𝗏𝗧𝗦, the wife to 𝗕𝗢𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏 Paramount Chief Chitimukulu of the 𝗕𝗢𝗏𝗏 people, who died in a road traffic accident. President 𝗕𝗢𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗦 and the entire government have joined the royal family and the 𝗕𝗢𝗏 people in mourning the loss, describing it as a national tragedy. Government says the death is a profound loss not only to the paramount chief and the royal household, but also to the country, noting the important role spouses play in supporting families, communities in national development. The government has conveyed heartfelt condolences to Paramount Chief Chitimukulu, the royal family and the 𝗕𝗢𝗏 people, and has called for unity and prayers during this period of mourning. The Competition and Consumer Protection Commission has cautioned schools against tying school places to the purchase of uniforms from schools or specific suppliers. The Commission says the practice, which is common at the beginning of the school year, violates the Competition and Consumer Protection Act and restricts consumers' choice for parents, guardians, and learners.
The Competition and Consumer Protection Commission (CCPC) has issued a caution to schools that are in the habit of tying school places to the purchase of uniforms from their schools or from specific suppliers, not to force or coerce parents and guardians and learners to purchase school uniforms exclusively from them or selected suppliers. CCPC notes that this practice is common among some schools at the beginning of each academic year. This conduct violates the provisions of the Competition and Consumer Protection Act No. 24 of 2010 as amended by Act No. 21 of 2023. The practice of forcing learners, their parents or guardians to purchase uniforms solely from the school or selected suppliers restricts consumer choice. CCPC warns that such practices can lead to inflated prices, reduced consumer choice, and diminished quality for the affected learners, parents, and guardians. School authorities engaging in these activities should be aware that the law prohibits such practices, as they do not only violate consumer rights, but these practices also distort market competition. Furthermore, the practice of restricting uniform purchasing options excludes other competitive sources, thereby distorting the market and creating an unfair advantage for specific suppliers. Such exclusionary and anti-competitive conduct of tying school places to buying of uniforms impedes the promotion of healthy market competition. While CCPC acknowledges that school uniforms must meet specific standards, it emphasizes that schools should provide guidelines on the type, shade, and color of uniforms, but the color of uniforms that are required, but should not mandate that parents or guardians purchase them exclusively from the school or designated suppliers. Learners and parents who choose to purchase uniforms from alternative sources at competitive price.
The Ministry of Education has reaffirmed its commitment to strengthening literacy in Zambia, emphasizing that early reading is a critical foundation for every child's success and overall national development. Speaking at an advocacy meeting for the 𝗕𝗢𝗦𝗧𝗦 Literacy Program, Permanent Secretary for Education Services Dr. 𝗕𝗢𝗦𝗧𝗦 said foundational reading skills are essential for effective learning and must be prioritized from an early age. Dr. 𝗕𝗢𝗦 noted that the 𝗕𝗢𝗦𝗧𝗦 program, being implemented in partnership with Beyond Ourselves Zambia, equips young learners with essential skills to read, understand, and express themselves, thereby supporting long-term educational outcomes. Since its introduction, the program has recorded positive results, with more than 16,000 teachers trained and over 2 million learners benefiting nationwide. The national rollout, which began in 2025, has so far reached central 𝗭𝗎𝗓𝗪 in northern provinces, with plans underway to expand to more parts of the country. Hyena attacks 4-year-old boy in 𝗭𝗎𝗦𝗧𝗦. A 4-year-old boy in 𝗭𝗎𝗧𝗦 district, Eastern Province, is recovering at 𝗭𝗎𝗧𝗦 Mission Hospital after being attacked by a hyena. The incident occurred yesterday evening around 18:30 hours in Chief Mourns' area as the boy was returning from watching a traditional 𝗕𝗢𝗟𝗏𝗧𝗦 dance. Eastern Province Police Commanding Officer 𝗭𝗎𝗏𝗧𝗦 says the child was with friends when the hyena emerged from the bush, dragged him, and began moving towards Kasungu National Park, about 10 kilometers away. The boy was later dropped approximately 300 meters from the village after residents gave chase. He sustained multiple facial injuries and a severe open wound on the left side of his eye.
Welcome to Zambia, a land of breathtaking natural wonders and diverse cultures, home to the Victoria Falls, one of the 7 wonders of the world. Zambia boasts a rich cultural heritage, captivating wildlife, and a promising future. Zambia is a nation rich in both history and modernity. In the heart of Zambia lies Lusaka, the capital and largest city located in the southern part of the Central Plateau. Lusaka is one of the fastest developing cities in southern Africa. With a population of about 3.3 million, Lusaka is a center of both commercial and government in Zambia and connects to the country's 4 main highways, heading north, south, east, and west. Lusaka has several cultural facilities such as museums and galleries, which
Mazabuka CDF police vehicle swept away by floods. Occupants cling to trees. A CDF police vehicle registration number ZP2750B was swept away by strong flood currents while crossing 𝗕𝗢𝗦𝗧𝗦 stream between Zambia Sugar PLC cane fields number 517 and Nanga Farms in Mazabuka. Mazabuka District Commissioner Oliver Mulomba reported that Inspector Ruben Mwengo, force number 14515, was driving the vehicle accompanied by his driver, Manjata Chipoya, and 60-year-old white Mayazambo, who was en route to a funeral. As the vehicle was carried away by the flood, all 3 occupants clung to trees to avoid drowning. Officers from Mazabuka Police Station and the fire department rushed to the scene and successfully rescued them. The vehicle remains fully submerged due to high water levels from heavy rainfall. Authorities have warned residents to be cautious near streams and flood-prone areas. We now take a short break, but coming up we have international news and sports news. Please stay tuned. Well, thank you for staying with us. In international news, Controversy has erupted in Uganda following the 2026 presidential elections, in which incumbent President Yoweri Museveni was declared the winner with 71% of the vote. Videos circulating on social media appear to show Electoral Commission's official tickling ballot papers in favor of President Museveni at a polling station in western Uganda. The videos were shared on Facebook by a Zambian youth, 𝗕𝗢𝗦𝗧𝗦, and have since drawn widespread attention online. The authenticity of the footage was not being independently verified, and the Ugandan's Electoral Commissioner has yet to issue an official response regarding the allegations. We now cue in 𝗕𝗢𝗟𝗦𝗧𝗦 for more reports.
Videos circulating on social media have sparked controversy following Uganda's 2026 presidential election, in which President Yoweri Museveni was declared the winner with more than 70% of the votes. The footage allegedly shows individuals identified as Electoral Commission officials ticking ballot papers in favor of President Museveni at a polling station in western Uganda. The videos were shared on Facebook by a Zambian youth, 𝗕𝗢𝗦𝗧𝗦, and have since drawn widespread attention online. The authenticity of the footage has not been independently verified, and Uganda's Electoral Commission has yet issued an official response regarding the allegations. Opposition leader Bobi Wine has rejected the election result, describing the poll as a sham. He claimed that his party agents and officials were arrested or abducted during the electoral process. Wine's National Unity Platform, NUP, has accused authorities of widespread electoral fraud and has called for protests to challenge the outcome. Concerns have also been raised by the international community. The United Nations cited widespread repression and intimidation during the election campaign. In addition, internet services were shut down on election day, a move authorities said was intended to curb misinformation and electoral malpractice. President Museveni, who has been in power since 1986, has previously faced accusation of manipulating electoral processes to extend his rule. The 2026 election, which secured him a 7th term in office, has heightened political tensions in their country, with supporters of the opposition calling for peaceful protest in response to the result. 𝗕𝗢𝗟𝗦𝗧𝗦 reporting for ICU TV News.
The Information and Communications University is driving the thrill for the nation in research and development. Enroll now for full-time and distance programs in the School of Engineering, Humanities, Business and Education. To apply, visit our website at www.icuzambia.net or call us on +260 211.
We now take a short break, but coming up we have sports news. Please stay tuned.
Welcome to the Zambia Research and Development Center, an institution dedicated to national development through capacity building and community development. Established in 2007 by a group of professionals and lecturers, ZRDC has since become a hub of research and innovation in the country. Registered with the Ministry of Home Affairs under the Registrar of Societies, ZRDC pursues cutting-edge research to address pressing social and economic challenges. Get involved. ZRDC engages in activities that stimulate international collaboration, promote knowledge sharing, and make research expertise available to decision makers. Our mission at ZRDC is to foster innovation and capacity building for national development. We believe in addressing poverty and underdevelopment through institutional and capacity building, human empowerment, and gender participation. In our quest to foster innovation and capacity building for national development, ZRDC launched the ZRDC University Sponsorship for Capacity Building and Development Program to facilitate knowledge advancement among ZRDC researchers and those intending to join the research community. Qualified Zambian citizens can pursue education at credible universities in Zambia with guaranteed prospects of joining the ZRDC research community. ZRDC engages in industrial and technological research, covering research development and innovative investigations to drive dynamic industrial development at national and regional levels. Join us at the Zambia Research and Development Center as we continue to innovate, empower, and shape a brighter future for Zambia. ZRDC, fostering innovation and capacity building for national development.
Welcome back, and now for the sports news. 𝗓𝗡𝗏 Football Club hosted an online board members training session facilitated by the Zambian Premier League yesterday, Tuesday the 20th of January 2026. The session aimed at strengthening government's and institutional capacity within the club was hosted under the leadership of 𝗓𝗡𝗏 FC chairperson David Musanga. The training focused on enhancing board members' understanding of the role of the Zambian Premier League in the development of Zambian football, as well as the evolving expectations placed on modern football club boards in line with leagues and international standards. ZPL Chief Executive Officer 𝗕𝗢𝗟𝗡𝗚 delivered comprehensive presentations on key government pillars including football, government structures, club licensing requirements, technical operations, and commercial developments. 𝗓𝗡𝗏 FC Chief Executive Officer Owen Chipinde expressed appreciation to the ZPL leaders, saying the insights shared would help align the club's operations with national standards. 𝗓𝗡𝗏 FC reaffirmed its commitments to strengthening the government's frameworks and aligning club operations with ZPL regulations and best practices. Well, that sports item brings us to the end of lunchtime news. But before we go, a quick recap on the stories which made headlines. Government mourns death of Chitimukulu's wife. CCPC warns schools against forcing parents to buy uniforms from selected suppliers. Government reaffirms commitment to early reading programs. In international news, videos surface alleging electoral frauds in Uganda's 2026 presidential elections. And in sports news, 𝗓𝗡𝗏 FC to host ZPL online board training. Well, thank you so much for watching. Please do watch our main news today at 20 hours. Stay blessed.